Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's me coming at you again with another vid. Well, I saw some interesting videos over the past 2 days, and shout out to one of my commenters because I'm not going to mention the individual. He had uh, he had sent me a private message, and he informed me that this particular individual had made a video about Evander Holyfield and Manny Pacquiao's legacy comparisons. And in that video, this individual has stated that he never got a response about a debate. And well, before I get to that part, I'm stepping a step a little further here. The individual told me, the commenter who sent me the information, he told me that this particular individual said that he was supposed to have a debate, and he indirectly mentioned me. He didn't mention my name in the video, but he was mentioning me indirectly, and he made a video trying to tarnish and discredit Holyfield legacy over Manny Pacquiao because of the alleged HGH situation regarding Evander when he was under investigation for receiving HGH for some pharmaceutical company back in Florida, I believe, and his client name came up under Evan Fields, the whole 9 yards or whatnot. And mind you, I'm not subscribed to this individual anymore for numerous reasons. I'm not subscribed to him. I thought he was cool, but I found out what his true colors really are. So I had to distance myself, and he and I were going at it back and forth for a couple months, particularly on the Pacquaio and Wilder situation, whatnot. So the first time around, I'll post a link to the video below so you guys know who to the individual that I'm referring to. He and I were going back and forth about the situation, and he claims that he was a medical expert here, blah blah blah, about how it's possible that Pacquaio can pass 3 tests, and he fails the 4th one, then fails the B sample on the 4th test, then fails the 5th one a month later. I mean, passes the 5th one a month later, which is should be disregarded because that doesn't make any that doesn't really hold any merit. So he wanted to debate me on that particular issue. I said, no, I'm not going to debate you on that because that is an issue that's not worth debating over. Now, we could debate on the greatest fighters of all time, which he mentioned Pacquiao's the greatest fighter of all time. And this guy will make so many ridiculous comments that you will be laughing your ass on the floor to, because he went far to say, he made a video, mind you, he made a video where he claims that Manny Pacquiao is the greatest of all time, greater than Ali before Ali passed. He said that the reason why Manny Pacquiao is the greatest of all time because he was chasing the Charlie Burleys of the world. Yes, that's what he said, quote unquote. That Manny Pacquiao is chasing the Charlie Burleys of the world. It is time. That he's a so-called global champion. All right, yeah, okay. So I want to challenge the individual on that issue. I say, let's debate who's greater between Evander Holyfield and Manny Pacquiao. So he responded by saying, quote, Evander Holyfield versus Manny Pacquiao? No, Evander wins. Let's talk about Pacquiao and Wilder. So this is what he said. Evander wins. So he admitted that Evander Holyfield, right there, right away, he admitted that Evander Holyfield was greater than Manny Pacquiao. Right away, he admitted that. And I said, well, see, you fucked up with that comment. So now you're going to come back and say that, oh, I'll debate you on this topic. So I was like, okay, fine, I agree. First, I wanted a 2-on-2 debate with me and Dilltown versus him and Thunderdome. Of course, Thunderdome never responded. So he said, no, I don't do 2-on-2s. I said, all right, fine, we'll do it 1-on-1. So as soon as I was getting everything propped up, I was going to reach out to him so we can get this thing going. But apparently I was having trouble finding a moderator. And there's very reasons why nobody wanted to moderate this debate. It's because of this individual alone, because of how polarizing and poisoning he is to the boxing community, which is formerly the YTBC, which I'm no longer part of, which he's still part of, by the way. But, I couldn't help but to make this video because he, again, literally slandered Holyfield for the alleged HGH issue, but neglected to refer anything about Manny Pacquiao's allegation of PED or drug usage, whatnot. Okay, now I'm gonna touch up on that a little bit. For those of you who want to be naive about that situation and say, well, Manny's never failed the drug test. He was subjected to VADA, all the 9 yards. Okay, fine. Yes, fine. He did. He didn't fail a drug test. He was subjected under the VADA stringing testing regimen. I get that. But but you guys neglect this key piece of information is that Freddie Roach had openly came out and admitted that he was highly suspicious of Pacquiao's increase in endurance, speed, and power after the first Eric Morales fight. He has came out and openly admitted that that he found it highly suspicious that his fighter was able to gain that much endurance and speed and power over that amount of time, over that short period of time, under the training regimen of Alex Ariza. So this would cause a conflict between Ariza and Freddie Roach, which caused Ariza to leave the camp. Okay? Now, I'll post a link to the article to that story below on that situation. So, Manny Pacquiao's no stranger to drug usage, okay? Now, I'm not saying that he took any banned substance, okay? What I'm saying is that he's been subject to controversy over that as well, even though it wasn't proven. Now, the same goes to Evander Holyfield. Now, this goes out to that individual who wants to go ahead and discredit Holyfield for that, but neglect to mention Pacquiao. And by the way, this particular individual mentioned in previous videos that Pacquiao, he suspected that Pacquiao was under performance enhancement drugs. He said it. Then he wants to turn around and say, well, Manny Pacquiao never took a thing. Okay, you know, this guy is so unbelievable. He even said in his previous videos that Gennady Golovkin is not on the level of Andre Ward, and Andre Ward is far superior than Gennady Golovkin. Then wants to turn around, make a complete 360 and say that Gennady Golovkin is way above Andre Ward. Yeah, you guys know who I'm referring to. Take a look at Tito Garcia's previous videos. You know what I mean. Actually, that video, I think that channel got taken down because of that situation. But this individual deleted that video before anybody could catch it. So, anyhow, he never mentioned, he didn't even do a career breakdown on Evander Holyfield or Manny Pacquiao to even prove that Manny Pacquiao's legacy is greater than Evander Holyfield. Just like how he miserably failed in breaking down Muhammad Ali's career versus Manny Pacquiao's career. All he ever did was just assert some political aspects of it, the conspiracy theories on why certain fighters were put on a pedestal, why Manny Pacquiao should be ranked greater. But, you know, he just neglects to mention that Manny Pacquiao was pretty protected as well. Now, that's another video, because what I'm planning to do is I'm going to do a career breakdown on who's greater between Evander Holyfield and Manny Pacquiao. And believe me, you will not believe the wealth of information I'm going to put out on Manny Pacquiao. It'll be far worse than, probably equally as worse as the Boxing Librarian have put out. And shout out to him, by the way. I'm going to break it down so much to the point that you would not believe the career that Manny Pacquiao had. And we all know about Evander Holyfield's career, but I'll break it down just to, you know, refresh people's memories. Now, just to give you a gist of Manny Pacquiao's career. Manny Pacquiao started his career 10-0. 10 wins of 0 losses, obviously. He fought 8 men with losing records with that leading up to that 10-0 record. In his 11th pro fight, he fought an individual by the name of I keep butchering his name. He fought an individual by the name of Rustico Toriocampo. Now, in that fight, and this is his 11th pro fight, mind you. In that 11th pro fight, Manny Pacquiao got KO'd. He got knocked out by Toriocampo. And Rustico Toriocampo was 11-4 at the time when Pacquiao fought him. And he finished his career at 15-8. And after the Toriocampo fight, Manny Pacquiao went on to fight a dozen other men with losing records. And and that's just the beginning. Like I said, that's just the gist of it. All right? That's just the gist of it. This man was continuing to fight dozen men with losing records leading up to his 36th pro fight. While Evander Holyfield, on the other hand, fought a Hall of Famer in his 12th pro fight, and that was Dwight Muhammad Qawi, who was a great lightweight, heavyweight, and a great cruiserweight, and dominant cruiserweight champion. All right? Fought this man in his 12th pro fight, a fight that no one thought Evander could win. Took this man to 15 rounds and beat him. All right? What turned out to be the greatest cruiserweight fight in history, one of the greatest fights of all time. That's what Evander did. in his 12th pro fight. And in his 16th pro fight, I believe, he became the cruiserweight, undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world. All right. In his 25th pro fight, he became the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Manny Pacquiao became the flyweight champion of the world. I think it is 26th pro fight. But like I said, I'll do a breakdown on that. And then when he was a flyweight champion, he didn't defend it against a top 10 fighter. He didn't defend it against a top 10 fighter. And they got knocked out in a fight that he didn't have his title on the line because he failed to make weight in that fight. And this particular fighter fought 20 men or 25 men with losing records. Didn't even have a great career. This is who Manny Pacquiao got knocked out against. I think it was Single Rock, but I have to check and see. Like I said, I'll do a career breakdown on that. That's another video coming in. So my point is this. If you're going to hold that man, Evander Holyfield, to the standard where you're going to disqualify him for the alleged HGG usage, then why aren't you holding Pacquiao to that same standard when he had been alleged for using performance enhancement drugs? Now, this right here was a red flag when Pacquiao made this statement, which prevented the first Mayweather fight to go down back in 2010. I think it was 2009, I believe. When he made the comment, the reason why he refused to do any subject to any blood tests was the fact that he don't do needles because it will weaken him going into fights. That right there was a red flag. Now, to me, when you make a comment like that, that definitely falls under suspicion. All right? So, again, like I mentioned, I just gave you a gist of these two men's career, breaking it down. There'll be more to come in another video. Believe me, that's going to be almost an hour-long video. So, yeah, it's coming, y'all. That video is coming. So, basically, you guys know my opinion on whose legacy is greater. And we all know Evander Holyfield, in my opinion, and most of people's opinion, is greater than legacy is greater than Manny Pacquiao's. So, yeah. And by the way, I have to mention, Manny Pacquiao, though he won he won 8 titles in 8 different divisions, but he never won a unification bout, never cleaned out his division, never became an undisputed champion. Okay, and didn't always fight the best in those divisions. Obviously, never defended 3 of those 8 titles that he won in those weight classes. So again, just to give you a gist of his career in Evander Holyfield. So a further breakdown is going to come. That's going to be the next video. So I mean, again, let me know what you guys think about this too. State your opinions. Who do you think is greater between Evander Holyfield and Manny Pacquiao? Let me know why. Drop your opinions below in the comment section. I'm signing off. Peace.